slightly wider detail.
In the books that I've been reading, they say exactly what they mean. They don't say they don't stutter, they don't mutter, they don't.
Whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Welcome to All Souls. I hope the aroma in the air doesn't mess with any of your sinuses. We had a little bit of fire this morning. It's all fine, but there's smoke in the room, so please bear with us. This is not normal. This is a church built on covenant, not creed. We're here because we agree that how we live this life and how we treat one another has a whole lot of value. And when we're interacting with other people, it's what we need to focus on rather than what comes after we die. So whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us in mutuality, you are always welcome. We don't have to think alike to love alike and to walk together in respect. So thank you for coming. I don't know if we have a few announcements. I think we do. From our board treasurer, Rebecca Tuggle.
Good morning. Glad to see y'all here and everybody that's at home. Our volunteer of the month for this month is Kevin Henry, who is not here today. Being the last Sunday, I would imagine that he doesn't accept compliments as well as some of us do. But Kevin does a whole lot. He is very active with ADF. He is great with the kids as far as religious education goes, and he is just a wonderful person to be around. So another round of applause for Kevin Henry, volunteer of the month. Just wish he was here. Our giveaway the plate this month, any money that is put in the collection basket at the back of the sanctuary or the front, depending on your perspective, it goes to our giveaway the plate recipient of the month. This is going to be usually a 501c3 organization that is doing good works that are in conjunction with the UU sensibilities. This month it is North Louisiana Civil Rights Coalition. If you don't know about them, they are working to get a civil rights museum here in Shreveport. They are working in conjunction with the city of Shreveport, but what they actually do, they provide educational research. They are collecting civil rights data for education systems, for schools, as well as working with other community organizations and churches to try and go ahead and develop that, but also develop a good basis for civil rights education and information here in Shreveport. So any money not collected for pledge is going to go to them this month. I would say anybody, of course, is welcome. We're having a congregational meeting after the service, a few minutes after the service. Everyone is more than welcome to attend, but only members can vote. Just wanted to let you know that. So if you can, please stick around, and thank you for being here.
If anyone needs an order of service this morning, there's a QR code on a pedestal in the back, and if you raise your hand, we can bring that to you to scan with your phone, and then you'll have the order of service on your telephone. Does anybody need that? Okay, thank you. What if everything always went according to plan? At first, we might accomplish more of what we think we need to accomplish, and it may seem less stressful at first, being able to anticipate what happens next. But after a certain amount of time, and that amount would vary from person to person, the once comfortable predictability would become less comfortable and, well, boring. If we always know what happens next, we lose the joy of surprise, serendipitous experiences, and the excitement that comes from anticipating the unknown. Friends, let us gather with open, curious hearts, ready to explore the unpredictable, learn from its wisdom, and embrace its beauty. Within the space of an instant, you can make a first impression, show gratitude, kiss, change your mind, wipe away a tear, live and die. It only takes a minute to write a note, tell a joke, change a diaper, sing a song, or be still. Within an hour, you can share a meal, run an errand, make a cake, or make love, attend a parade, or balance your checkbook sometimes. It takes a day to paint a room, feed a crowd, visit relatives, read a book, rest. If you commit a year, you can write a book, plant and harvest a crop, become a parent, change your life. And with your lifetime and with your life, you can and you will change the world. Listen to the voices, see the faces, open your heart. Part of our story is the welcome, the table open, the door open, the heart open. The embrace of variety and diversity as quintessentially American, the land of freedom regardless of origin and color and faith, or at least that's the dream. The affirmation that there's plenty, there's enough if we only share it. Come and be welcome. That's a part of our story. Give thanks for hope and love and possibility. Give thanks for love which, despite what you might see on the news, is stronger in the end than hate. Give thanks, and from that place of gratitude, open your heart, open your door, be a living witness of the spirit of hospitality. This morning, our first part of our chalice lighting is a little different. We have a video to say the first part along with, but you have to know the words. And then if we can all do the second part together, that would be great. Okay?
We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the Church of the Open Mind. This is the Church of the Helping Hands. This is the Church of the Loving Heart.
Together, with mind, hands, and heart, We care for the earth and for each other. It's there. May this flame encourage us toward a clearing the windows of our soul, the lenses of our perspective, cleansing. May this flame inspire us to new understandings and new visions. May the oneness of its purpose bring light to all that lies ahead. May our eyes and hearts be ever open and ever open wider, and our minds become more balanced between wisdom and curiosity. Breathe deeply until sweet air extinguishes the burn of fear in your lungs, and every breath is a beautiful refusal to become anything less than infinite. Would you rise in body or spirit and say with me the unison affirmation? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Thank you. Our opening song is Come Sing a Song With Me. Find a picture. He's over here. Ready, go. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine, and I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love when come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know you're mine, and I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find, and I'll bring a song of love and a rose in walk in rain with me. Come Thank you. Please be seated. Is Miss Susan going to be able to share with us? Okay.
Oh, I have to spotlight myself. Good morning. Can y'all hear me? All right. Let me find myself here. Well, good morning, and I'm happy to be able to join you from here. I'm feeling a whole lot better, and I have a story this morning called The Elephant and the Mouse by Stephanie O'Connor, and it is about not making judgments based on your first impressions or keeping your mind open, even as you have those first impressions. Once upon a time, there was an elephant who was afraid of mice. She was always saying, "Mice are small and can run fast. Suppose a mouse ran up my trunk, what would happen to me?" And she said this so often that she really thought it would happen. And one day the elephant had been saying over and over again, "Mice are small and can run fast. Suppose a mouse ran up my trunk, what would happen to me?" When she heard a slight noise, and it was a little mouse that had scampered onto a fallen rustling leaf, but the elephant was so nervous, she said in a frightened voice, "Oh no, a mouse is going to run up my trunk." And she trumpeted a mighty cry and ran away as fast as she could, crashing and stumbling through the savannah at a terrific speed. The elephant hadn't gone far when she met her older brother. "Where are you running to, sis?" he asked. And the elephant said, "I have no time to stop and tell you anything. A mouse is going to run up my trunk and I am running away." "A mouse is going to run up your trunk," said her older brother in a tone of much astonishment. A wise lioness was passing by. She heard what the elephant said and she wondered about it. The lioness stopped them and said, "What's this you're saying?" And the elephant said, "A mouse is going to run up my trunk." "How do you know this?" asked the lioness, looking around. "There are no signs of a mouse anywhere near, so why do you think a mouse will run up your trunk?" "Why, now that I come to think about it, I don't know," the elephant said, "but I saw it." "Saw it?" said the lion. "Where?" "Back there, by the tree." And the elephant pointed with her trunk. "Well," said the lioness, "come with me, and I'll show you that the mouse has no intentions of running up your trunk." "Oh, no, no way," trumpeted the elephant at the very top of her voice. "I wouldn't go near that tree again for anything. I am so scared." But the lioness said, "Don't worry. I'm going to go with you so you will be safe. If anything goes wrong, everyone knows cats are great at catching mice." And so the lion, the elephant, and her brother returned to the tree. And suddenly they saw the little mouse sitting on the leaf, and the elephant whispered, "See, I told you." And the lion asked the mouse, "Are you going to run up this elephant's trunk?" And the tiny mouse was shocked. "Up an elephant's trunk? Oh, no, no way," exclaimed the mouse. "Besides, an elephant could simply blow me out of its trunk with a puff of air, so I'm scared to go anywhere near an elephant. Elephants are big and heavy, and suppose an elephant sat on me, what would happen to me?" The elephant was surprised to hear this and made a quiet, sad little trumpeting noise. If anyone out there can make elephant trumpeting noise, go for it. How could you think that? I would never hurt anyone, she said. And the mouse answered, I'm so glad to hear that. And I would never run up your trunk. And then the strangest thing happened. The elephant and the little mouse became great friends from that day on. Before long, neither of them was happy without the other. And would you believe it that the elephant learned to let the mouse play by catching hold of her trunk and swinging back and forth? And that's the end. So the elephant and the mouse learned a lot about not judging based on first impressions, and to really look through and see the other person or the other elephant or the other mouse or whoever. And so with that, I will let you all sing the children and youth to their classes, because you don't want to hear me sing today. Thanks.
May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. These readings are in reverse order to the way that they'll be listed on the order of service up here. The first is from Erica Hewitt. She begins with a paraphrased quote from St. Francis of Assisi. Share the good news at all times. If necessary, use words. Ding dong. When my friend Beth answered her door one day, she found a pair of earnest Mormon missionaries, young men wishing to chat with her about their religion. Beth being Beth, she invited her visitors in, listened to what they had to say, and in response, shared her good news, her beliefs about justice and inclusion, of being responsible for the most vulnerable among us, of countering oppression with love. The point wasn't to change their minds, and the missionaries must have realized that they weren't going to change hers. Beth's intention was to create a moment of connection beyond or in spite of opposing beliefs. At the end of their visit, one of the Mormons asked, "Shall we pray together before we leave?" "Yes," said Beth, "I'll go first." And so she said a prayer, and then the missionaries said a prayer, and they parted ways. Days went by. The weather grew oppressively hot. Again one afternoon, Beth heard her doorbell. On her doorstep were the same missionaries, wilting in the harsh sun. "Can we have some water?" one of them asked. "Hello," replied Beth. "I was thirsty and you gave me drink. Of course, come in." The young men drank their water, thanked her, and left. Beth never saw them again. But those missionaries had left an impression on her mind because their story forced her to examine her own heart and the person who's telling the story, and the way its doors sometimes stay stubbornly closed. If you or I knew that a stranger was suffering from thirst outside our door, wouldn't we readily bring them water? But in order to offer that hospitality, we first have to identify ourselves. Sometimes in inconvenient or uncomfortable ways, as helpers, as willing to offer kindness or connection to someone that we might disagree with. Of all the doors they'd knocked on in all the neighborhoods in Beth's town, a pair of devoted Mormons sought help from Beth, not just because she had embodied the religion of kindness, but also because she risked opening her door to them in the first time they visited. I could be kinder to strangers, whom I'm sometimes tempted to judge. May the source of love help me to demonstrate loving kindness to everyone I encounter, for my actions may speak louder than my words. Wondrous mystery, God of our hearts, of many names and many understandings, help us realize that the world of the spirit and the world of the body do not exist alongside one another, but within one another. The acts of the Spirit are the deeds of our daily lives, that justice is created when we act justly, that mercy is made manifest in merciful work. Help us live our lives with a deeper awareness of the meaning and significance of what we say and do. Help us to see that even the smallest act done in the spirit of love helps to move the world in the direction of wholeness and peace. Like footsteps on the sands of time, all that we attempt and all that we do makes its impression. We do not live wholly to ourselves, nor do we die wholly to ourselves. We are each part of a wholeness, part of a unity moving through time and through space, a wholeness to which we belong, bound together by the mystery of love. May we reflect for just a moment in silence.
is my way. The balance of things around me, well, it puzzles me more every day. Still, I've known love that lasts through the ages, and I've cherished the hearts that danced with mine. And there's so many things I would understand if one life was enough time. And I'm wondering why all God's people can't share what was given us all. It saddens me to think down through the centuries that mankind could still be that small. Still, I've known love that lasts through the ages, and I've cherished the hearts that have danced with mine. And there's so many things I would understand if one life was enough time. If one life was enough time.
It started a second ago.
Sorry.
I do love the same eyes above the bay. I live on either could you find I rest through beyond the old frontier. Oh, the frightened hear that say. A young doctor was just setting up his first office when his secretary told him there was a man there to see him. The doctor wanted to make a good first impression by having the man think he was successful and very busy. He told his secretary to show the man in, At that moment, the doctor picked up the telephone and pretended to be having a conversation with a patient. The man waited until the conversation was over. Then the doctor put the telephone down and asked, "Can I help you?" To which the man replied, "No, I'm just here to connect your telephone." The first impressions we try to give people don't always work, right? I'm going to ask you something. Well, okay, what do you get when you mix a joke with a rhetorical question? I'm going to ask you something that I'd like you to actually think about for a moment or two. What do you see first when you meet someone new? What is it that you are most likely to notice about a new person the first time you encounter them? Surprisingly, 69% of people reported that they form a first impression of someone before they've even had a chance to speak. I may not see you clearly. I may not see you fully or see you like you see yourself or as you really are. But at least I'm looking. I'm trying to find you. I'm trying to learn you. I'm trying to see you. Doesn't that matter? First impressions are sometimes difficult to release, let go, amend, adjust, or perhaps correct. First impressions last, whether they are accurate or not. It normally takes a long time and concerted effort to change a first impression because they are largely subconscious. First impressions are very persistent, even in the face of contrary evidence. The Maryland Daily Record printed that research has shown that within the initial 7 seconds, people will form 11 impressions of you. Those impressions are based on nonverbal cues, and they highly depend upon the experiences and background of the person who's in front of you or starting to interact with you. There's a Bruce Cockburn song I love. It's called Child of the Wind. And he sings, "Little round planet in a big universe. Sometimes it looks blessed, sometimes it looks cursed. Depends on what you look at, obviously, but even more, it depends on the way that you see." Maybe you've heard the expression, you don't see things as they are, you see things as you are. We see them as we are. I believe if we are intentional about working on what we see, what we're looking for, that we can affect how our first impressions will be of people. We don't have to jettison instinct or intuition about things, especially if our intuitions are generally pretty accurate. But we will do well to cultivate the capacity to safely set them aside. Lie them down for a time, lay them down, to view whoever from the softer place inside of us, to encounter people with the benefit of the doubt that we hope the world gives us. To view whoever from that softer place inside that recognizes them as us, that remembers the undeniable connection we have as fellow travelers on this little round planet. Change the way we see, not necessarily what we are aware of, except perhaps to become more aware, see more fully, and consequently more accurately. How often do we see ourselves? And how accurately? Do we even know what is most apparent about us to other people? Again and yet again, I remind us that there are things in play beyond our understanding. The magnetics and the atomic movement of everything has effect on what occurs and what happens next and what happened before. And we cannot make peace if we cannot be peace. Sometimes that's asking a lot. And this is more an inside job than an intellectual exercise. Whatever you understand to be greater than self, the collective unconscious, the cloud of witnesses, the great mystery, Mother Nature, the unified field, the interdependent web of existence, the God of your heart, God of many names and understandings, myriad gods and goddesses. What is it that you can open yourself to, let go into, tap into for strength, courage, hope, wisdom, confidence, and peace? Let us each cast our mind there every day as much as we can and set an intention to create new eyes. Eyes that have more curiosity. Eyes that don't let first impressions color the rainbows that are before us. We need to see with more than our eyes to see clearly. And we have to look again and again. Let us remember that inside every person we know, there is someone we don't. First look may form strong, lasting impressions, but it's looking other ways, looking long and looking with kindness that will help us truly see. Our closing hymn is a pretty traditional Christian hymn, and I invite you to use your universal translators, and if not, I think there are some alternative lyrics in parentheses on the lyric sheet up there. If you'll rise in body or spirit. Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hand that wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready my soul, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me. Spirit divine, open my ears that I may hear voices of truth thou sendest clear. And while the wave notes fall on my ear, everything false will disappear. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my ears, illumine me. Spirit divine, open my mouth that I may bear gladly the warm truth everywhere. Open my heart and let me prepare love with thy children thus to share. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my mouth, illumine me. Spirit divine. Gracious source of life and love, help us to understand that life is not a contest, to recognize that the greatest rewards don't come from winning, but from relationships where both triumphs and tears can be celebrated and shared. All-embracing Spirit, infuse us with your life-giving strength and grant us the inward security of knowing our own goodness without needing to prove it to the world. Lift us above both envy and pride, the need to feel superior to others and feelings of inadequacy alike. Enable us to walk together as equals at home in the great community of life. Instill in us a yearning for the prizes that matter most, the more enduring gold of a life well lived. There are miles behind you as you journey on toward wholeness, many more ahead of you. May all that is good and true guide your way. May the joy of love lighten every step, and the miracle that is life be ever in your sight. Amen. So be it. Blessed be.
Here it comes. Eyes wide open. Snap along, yeah. I'm in a tight spot. I don't know how to get out. It feels white hot. I need an escape route to give my best shot. And though I have my doubts, I got my eyes wide open. Yeah. I need a miracle. I'm in way too deep to reach the pinnacle. From the bottom of the heap, so steep, can't sleep. Beep beep. You got to keep eyes wide open. All right. You put your head in the air, shoulders square, eyes wide open. I keep a steady stride, side to side, eyes wide open. You keep ears tuned in, journey begins with eyes wide open. Hand on the plow, feet on the ground, eyes wide open. Snap along, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch in, watch in. Look out, look in with eyes wide open. Dig out, dig in, bug out, begin to look out, look in with your eyes wide open. When you got no idea where to go, what to do, no idea what'll pull you through, no idea, well, it's up to you to keep eyes wide open. 'Cause there's a miracle waiting in the wings, miracle, gonna make you sing. The miracle, you just do one thing, eyes wide open. You put your head in the air, shoulders square, eyes wide open. Steady stride, side to side, eyes wide open. Keep your ears tuned in, journey begins with eyes wide open. Hand on the plow, feet on the ground, eyes wide open. Last time, here we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch in, watch in. Look out, look in. With eyes wide open, you dig out, dig in. Bug out, begin to look out, look in. With your eyes wide open, you gotta have eyes wide open.